viewers. Koenig 1 here on the Galactic Explorer channel live as we journey to the Galactic Center of the Euclid Galaxy. I'm about ready. Well, I'm actually on the 100th system on the journey that I started a few days ago, and it's been fun. Found a lot of new systems and so forth. It's a long way to the Galactic Center, as everyone knows, but I thought I'd try to do that before we get to the Beyond update, which is only 3 days away now. When I started, it was 670,000 light years, which would normally be 335 jumps and take 550 minutes, they say. Now, who's they? Well, Black Hole Suns is a group or community, and they have a system or program that will calculate how to get there quicker. It's called DaRC, D-A-R-C. So if you want to take advantage of that, just do a search for dark web, black hole suns, something like that, and it'll come up. And what you'll need in order to get where you're going, if it's a long way, it's worth it. You need the galactic address for where you're starting from, which would be a portal. Any portal or system, and then portal in a system, I should say. And then you need your destination point. And the way I found the destination, the Galactic Center, I found a person that has a place near the Galactic Center. I don't know how close it is, but we'll find out when I get there. And plug those in, ran the program, and it came up with travel via black holes and warping, 107 black holes. And there's a warp to each black hole, as you might imagine. And so what does that do for me, or did for me? 67% fewer jumps and 33% less time. That's what they say on the sheet, and I have it here. 14 pages of information. It's very thorough. So if you haven't taken advantage of that, you might take a look. It's great for long distance travel once you have those galactic addresses. This is a PS4 Normal Mode video, just so you know, and we put it in the description and so forth. But important to know what platform you're using, and of course the Galaxy is Euclid. And then you really want a good ship. The Galactic Explorer that I use, if you've seen any of the videos, it's an Explorer class ship, and I've hyped up the hyperdrive, so it'll do 2,400 light years. I could go more, but 2,400 is more than sufficient. And so it's a good idea to have a good ship. Now, some other things you want to do, and I'm giving you this information so you can take advantage. Before you start on your journey, if it's long distance like this one, over 100 black holes and jumps each, you want to have some materials available. You're going to need cadmium, because every time you go through a black hole, there's damage to the ship. One of your technologies is damage. You have to repair it. And the items that one uses to do the repairs are cadmium, deuterium, magnetized ferrite, sodium, and you need a technology module for each one. So you got to pick those up along the way. Really, you can't store 100 Well, you could, but it'll use up all your slots. You're better off having the materials. Pure ferrite's used occasionally. Other products, antimatter, which you can generate those quickly if your teleport feature to your starship is damaged. That's an easy one. You could probably live without it too, but I'd keep it. It allows you to scan planets for trading post. And so those are some of the things you want. What I did, and it's proved to be very helpful, is before I left the portal, I moved my freighter right above it. And of course my freighter has a lot of materials on board. Cadmium in particular was one, and deuterium. Those are probably the most difficult ones to have. Now keep in mind, cadmium you can find in any red system, so hopefully you have one of those in your teleporter list, and so you just go to the space station anywhere, teleport to that system, get yourself some more cadmium. Deuterium, not too hard either. What you need for deuterium is you need tritium and drawing a blank here. Won't let me select it. It's the item that you put together with that to generate, well, let me just exit here. I don't know why I'm having a problem remembering. But you need dihydrogen. So those crystals you can get anywhere or buy them. Occasionally they're available, not so often. But you can see here, I still have, oh, you also need chromatic metal. That's one that's used fairly often. And so I recommend having some of that on board. Now let me show you about these damaged items. They show up here as flashing red. So here's one, chromatic metal, magnetized ferrite, and a technology module. It repairs it. Here's a second one. This is a shielding. It uses chromatic metal, sodium, and a technology module. So you want to have those. I recommend putting the freighter nearby. That way you can store some things and plan for your trip, just like any trip. So that's what I'd really recommend doing. Now, this here, I'm about ready to do a warp out of this particular system and region to another system in the same region. So of course they put the information up there, makes it easy. I always have the economy filter on. You got to put it on each time, and then what you do, you press circle, and what it's going to do is it'll put a square around your system that you're at, and then you can move from there. So see, I moved over one. Now I need to know I'm in the Edwalta cluster. That's where I am. So I got to look for a black hole, and there's usually only one, although I did find one time two for the same region. And it's important that you go to the right one, obviously. So you just consult your list that you printed off the DaRC calculations. Now, this sometimes takes a little while to find what you're looking for. You can always press circle, go back to where you started. I kind of like the Galactic Core. It's yellow, and I don't know, it seems to show up better. Okay, so again, press circle so you can move around, and let's see, this will probably take a while since I'm on live, but we'll see. Okay, sometimes it's right there, other times you got to really search around for it, and always keep an eye on where you are in your, if you're in your region or not. Because if you're not in your region, you're not going to find the black hole you're looking for. Okay. Sometimes it gets a little frustrating. Now, on this journey, I have twice gone back. Now I found it, but I've twice gone back through the teleporter system to my portal, which I have. I think it's Portal 5 I'm using, and that's where my freighter is. But I've gone back there and then used the system that you use to find a planet. So I would go back to the portal and then find the system I'm looking for and travel to it, put a waypoint on it, and then proceed back here to the original system where I started with you folks on the video. And then lo and behold, if you turn on the waypoint selection, it will show it to you. And so voila, you found it. When normal searching just didn't work for you, or it took too long, you got tired of doing it. So anyway, we found the system we're looking for. I check my sheet every time to make sure, because I don't want to go to the wrong system. So, yep, that's the one. Atama. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing it right. So we will enter that system, and we're going to warp there with the Galactic Explorer ship, you can see. And we'll be there in just a second. This is my 100th warp, 100th warp to a black hole system, and you'll see we'll pop up right in front of the black hole entrance. So, just a second here, and it always puts up the information. This is a struggling economy with high conflict. There's your black hole. And so you just go through that. And then I will be in the on the other side. And that's the next line on the listing that I have from the DaRC website. It's really quite cool. Now for me it's 14 pages. I'm let's see, I'm 2 away from page 14, so I'm getting close, and seen a lot of things along the way. I've set up a couple of bases. Probably not the smartest thing with the Beyond update coming out, but it was fun anyway. I enjoy it. I love base building. I build little, smaller bases. Okay, so here's the system. 4 planets, Corvax, commercial, low supply. So you have that information if you want to do something, or I've written some things, some notes, and you can see I have another damaged items. I write notes on the sheet so that later on I can go back, assuming Beyond doesn't destroy everything. So now I've repaired that item, and I'm good to go. Since I went through a black hole, the next one is galaxy map, so you just go there next. And here you are again, and basically we are where this video started. So hope that helps you if you're so inclined to try out really long distance journeys. It does save substantially on getting there, and I wanted to get to the center of the Euclid galaxy before Beyond drops, and I will get there today, and we'll see what's going on in the Galactic Center. So I hope you have a great day. Subscribe to the Galactic Explorer channel. This is Kernick1. I'm Kernick2 on Reddit, and Kernick1 on PS4 Normal. Well, this is Normal Mode. Anyway, and so hope to see you around. It should be fun. That'll do it for this one.